There is a 1991 portrait of Bea Arthur that is being auctioned right now, and it's by John Currin. And when this portrait was originally painted, there was a lot of controversy about it because she is topless. All right, let's take a quick look. We censored it for you guys. We covered the
because no one's ever seen nipples on the internet before.
I know. The thing is, YouTube will flag it. Some weird person on YouTube will be offended by it, so we had to censor it. But there it is. I think that it was great of him to give her such a youthful appearance in the portrait. Yeah. I love Bea Arthur, so I wish I could, put in a bid, but unfortunately, the bids are going around like 1.8 to 2.5 million.
Well, Anna, I have breaking news because I know my Bea Arthur. It was purchased 1.8 million.
Jeez.
1.8 million for that picture, and now you do get the nipples if you get the original. But yeah, so that was done in 1991. She didn't look that young at that point, so that's more of like a Maud Bea Arthur than a Golden Girls Bea Arthur. But man, I mean, someone just paid $1.8 million for that picture, which is...
I know.
I was going to start a Kickstarter to get it, but...
I was going to say, so if, I know you two love, I don't know if it's the Golden Girls, but Anna at least described that you love Bea Arthur, particularly.
I'm the president of Logo TV's official Golden Girls fan club. Really?
You're lying to me.
No,
so he's being 100% serious. I remember when it first happened, he pulled me aside. He's like, I have really good news for you. Guess what? And then he told me, and it was like his happiest moment. It was very sweet.
So if that's it, I can see at least Dave's perspective on it. But you mentioned, Anna, that what if it's a price that's feasible? What would you do with that if you got your hands on it? Would you actually have a use for it?
Yeah, I would.
Use for it? Well, usually people hang these things on the wall.
But then, would you like to do that?
I would put it up on the ceiling above my bed.
Whoa.
No, I'm just totally kidding, obviously. Yeah. But no, I think, look, for me, the reason why I'm so obsessed with the Golden Girls is because that was a show that I watched with my mom growing up, and I have fond memories of it. So I know that she's topless, and it's a little weird because of that, but I would look at it with sentimental value. Yeah. I would look at it as, I know, it is. It's creepy, right? Now that I think about it, that's super creepy, and I feel really bad that I shared that story. But it's the truth, right?
It just goes to show what, people associate with things and the feelings that this show brings out. And it brings out some familiar feeling of you and your mom watching it together. And then you would then drop a certain amount of money on this. And somebody obviously has a good feeling about the Golden Girls that they said, 1.8 million, I could buy a couple houses, I could buy a fleet of cars. I want Bea Arthur's breasts.
But if you have maybe a portrait of the actual Golden Girls in their living room, or maybe just Bea dressed, which one is more sentimental to you? This one doesn't seem to connect. It's my only point.
Oh, you're saying just buy the DVD set. That's what you're saying. Just get the DVD set, have fun.
Even if you want the portrait, at least it's a direct connection to the show. I get the love for the show, even though I knew the show. I watched a lot because I've got 3 older sisters and a mother, so that was always on. But I'm just trying to find the connection. This seems a little off.
All right, so get it off Golden Girls. Is there a show that you loved that you'd want to see the shirtless star of? Who do you want shirtless?
Let's do I guess maybe a parallel. Like growing up, the reason I loved football at 3 or 4 years old was Eric Dickerson, played for the Rams.
Yeah.
I was born out here and have been a Rams fan ever since. I wouldn't hang up a picture of him in his jockstrap. I want to make that connection. I remember he ran, he had that 2,000-yard season, all this stuff, but I wouldn't want that. It doesn't connect, is all I'm saying.
Maybe there's something about male and female beauty, the way we see it differently. There might be something bizarre about seeing an old man shirtless, but a woman, it's, I don't know.
Yeah, I think female anatomy is always applauded and it's considered beautiful, which is why you see a lot of nude statues in art. And you see nude statues of men as well, especially, Greek statues and stuff like that. But I just when I see the topless picture of Bea Arthur, I don't feel like a perv looking at it. I don't feel I think it's a beautiful portrait of her. And it just, I don't know, I don't sexualize it in any way. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
By the way, I don't know if we mentioned, she never actually posed for this picture, obviously. This was done, the artist did this without actually having her naked in front of him. But it also goes to that she was a feminist icon. I mean, when she was doing Maude, they were doing the first time I think that abortion was ever talked about on television. And she was fighting with Archie Bunker about all these progressive things that we talk about all the time. So there's a real feminist angle to this too. It's not just about the odd juxtaposition of an old lady and breasts.